Hello, Jess, you good here? Today I'm reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Gungan Patrol set for Throwback Thursday. This came out in 2000 and it retailed for only $10. It has 2 minifigures. Let's open this sucker up. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Pieces and of course even some like little, it seems like a catalog of sorts for 2000. So that's pretty cool. So here's the build of the set. Now let's take a look at those minifigures. Here's the Gungan warrior. Of course, he comes with a spear, which, you know, it's whatever. The best part is the minifigure himself. And he's actually a pretty exclusive minifigure because his shield never came in any other of the sets. His torso never came in any other sets. And of course, his head mold is Jar Jar's head mold, which is also included in this set, which is kind of weird, having the exact same heads. But, you know, it's whatever because it does kind of fit because he is a Gungan warrior. No printing on the back of him whatsoever, but still a pretty cool minifigure with a nice torso and shield that don't come in anything else. And here's everybody's favorite character, Jar Jar Binks. Of course, he does come with a spear, which is really nothing impressive. You know, the other minifigure had a spear too. And it's weird because I went from having no Jar Jar Binks in a span of a few months to having 3 of the exact same Jar Jar Binks, because this is the exact same one found in the 1999 sets. And LEGO liked throwing him in a lot of sets. He has that same old molding and head as the other minifigure and, you know, the other Jar Jar Binks. So nothing really impressive here, but it's Jar Jar. So going back to the build, what you get are these 2 Gungan beasts. I believe they're called like Kadu. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's take a look at the one that the Gungan warrior is kind of riding right here. You can see they both use the same molding, which was never used in any other sets, which is quite interesting if you ask me. And they are all this kind of earthy orange design. Kind of freaky with the eyes. I think if this was released nowadays, we wouldn't have studs as eyes, but rather like a kind of printed eye. Other than that, they could probably just reuse the molding if it wasn't for those little eyes right there. Either way, the actual design of this carrying part right here, which actually carries the water, is a little bit unnecessarily complex. I don't know why they made it like this with these kind of parts going into it. I mean, I think this part up here was just enough, but when you add these like sticks just going through it, it feels a little bit sloppy and complex for no reason. Either way, I guess that's just for more stability. And you can see the inside, if you want to open up the little storage part, it's just filled with some little translucent cans, as I call them, or tubes, to represent water for the beasts. Other than that, pretty easy build. It just looks a little bit weird with all these sticks and everything. But I do like Jar Jar's a little better. Because if you see, Jar Jar's doesn't have that big kind of carrying case. So it's just the beast itself. And just like the other one is standing on a 4x4 green plate. And then you got this nice little attachment right here with some like 2 rods just kind of popping up. So that's kind of interesting. But other than that, that's really it for the build of the set. If you want to know if this thing's posable, it's actually not. It's just one whole mold that does not move in any way. It's a very big mold. But yeah, that's really it for the build of the set. Let's take a look at some of the promotional material and then the final verdict. So for the box, nothing too interesting. It says episode 1 and stuff. But on the back, they do show the alternate builds, which you can see right here. This one's kind of like a little ship, and then you got this kind of, I guess, a scenic one. None of these actually use the little beasts, which is quite interesting. We have this little instruction booklet, which doesn't have any alternate builds on the back, except looks like a little scene right there on the top. That's quite interesting. And then you also got a 2000 catalog, which was pretty interesting for such a small set to have this. And a direct-to-consumer little catalog. And you know what? I might save both of these for another video, so stay tuned for that. So overall, Gungan Patrol was a nice set for $10. I like how they put this little animal molding here because that is a piece that has not appeared in any other sets and has never been redone. So that is something that makes this set a lot more sought after nowadays. But other than that, the build on the back right here I really don't like, but I do like the 2 minifigures because one of them is exclusive, so I do appreciate that. Because back in the day, they didn't really do too many exclusive minifigures and sets. Anyways, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and since today's Throwback Thursday was Star Wars, last week's was Fabuland, that means the timeline would make next week Paradisa. Okay, so that's it for now. See you guys later.